Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me for this session. I'm Bianca Cruz. I'm the Partnership Coordinator for APAC at tawk.to. And we're really excited to be here. So, tawk.to hasn't really been present actively in the Philippines, although most of our team is based in all over the Philippines. And we're really excited because we really want to connect with more businesses and communities here in the country. So we're really happy to be part of Philippine Startup Week. So in the next 30 minutes, I'll be sharing with you more about how tawk.to came to be, our mission, and how we've defied industry standards. And as well as the lessons we've learned along the way that has helped tawk.to become the most widely used live chat application on the planet. At the end of this talk, I hope you leave inspired to pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue, or even if you think that you're late to the game. So let me start by talking about how tawk.to came to be. It all started with a problem, actually. So we started this journey as satisfied live chat software customers. Our founder, Robert, had a global advertising company at the time. He found that when he was trying to communicate with customers through the typical means like email or phone, it really didn't solve the problem. And the available live chat application products at the market at the time really didn't solve the problems that he had. First, the software available in the market at the time had features and pricing models that didn't fit many use cases. The common pricing models for SaaS is a per seat pricing, right? And because of this, there were so many beneficial features that were missing. There also wasn't any available product out there that had the ability to manage multiple separate customer bases within one login or dashboard. And because he's tried to use other platforms before, he found that the cost of paying for the software wasn't really the biggest barrier to offer live chat as a channel. But instead, it was the cost of staffing to answer chats 24/7 that was so prohibitive. So Rob decided to make the platform that he wanted with all the features he was looking for. He rallied a couple of engineers to help him build the product, and it all started out as a product that he actually built for his own use. But after a while, a lot of people started asking him about it. And that was when he quickly realized that when you make a product that's really easy to navigate and use, people will prefer that channel of messaging. And from there, he started focusing to make it available to the masses. And so, tawk.to was born. So, tawk.to was founded in 2013. So, let's just put that in perspective alongside the most well known software companies out there. For example, LiveChat was founded in 2002. Facebook was founded in 2004. HubSpot was founded in 2006, and Zendesk was founded also in 2006. So by the time we were founded in 2013, all of them were already on their way to becoming public companies. If not, they were already public. But that didn't stop us. So again, the year was 2013. The live chat software market at the time was hyper competitive. There were a lot of small entities and a few big entities that had most of the market share. In the words of our founder, the quality of support was terrible because customer success wasn't really a thing back then, which is what made us realize that there was an opportunity for us to enter. So remember that our founder came from the advertising agency and production services world, right? So an account executive was essentially what we now all call customer success in SaaS or software. So overnight, our AEs became CS, and that was enough of a differentiator for us to gain and keep customers. And from there, we haven't looked back ever since. So we started with the live chat widget, which was what we became famous for. But since then, we've added more and more features and products to our tawk.to suite. Chat pages allow you to turn links into conversations. So this is perfect for businesses that don't have a website. Ticketing we have a free smart ticketing software that gives you the context you need to help solve customer problems within first response. Our knowledge base that was launched just a little over a year ago is a completely free hosted help center so that our customers can find answers themselves. And very soon, we're excited to launch our very own CRM, which we will call Contacts, where you can manage all your contacts and events across all channels and get a full view of the customer journey from top down. All of these tools I just mentioned, we offer entirely for free. All our premium functions are free to use for all without a cap on the number of seats that you can have, or we don't limit the features as well. And we always get asked why we're giving away our software for free. So, first of all, no, we do not run ads in any way. We have very strict data privacy guidelines, and we are proud of that. It's free because we believe in equal access to opportunity, that all businesses, regardless of size or location, should have access to the best tools to communicate and transact with their customers. So we only ever start to monetize at the junction where our customers derive value and benefit. So when you realize that you don't have time to sit and wait for chats to arrive on your website, you can decide to subscribe to our hired agents service, and that's only $1 per hour, and that's how we make money. If you want to remove the Powered by Talk2 branding on the chat widget, or white label the whole suite of Talk2 products, you pay a fee, and that's when we make money. When you purchase any of our add-ons, that's when we make money. But again, there's no pressure at all. The entire platform is completely free to use. Here are a few familiar brands from the Philippines that use Talk2. And here is Beng Alcazarin from UANP to share their Talk2 experience.
My name is Beng Alcazaran. I'm the Managing Director for the Corporate Communications Office and Public and International Affairs Office of the University of Asia and the Pacific. So UANP is a private, not-for-profit university that's located in the Philippines. All our programs are grounded in liberal education, which basically we believe is the best preparation for specific specializations that students will eventually major in. We started in the 60s as an economic think tank, but we've now come to be known for other courses as well, like business, entrepreneurial management, integrated marketing communications, and the human capital development. We basically rely on Talk2 as a means to address questions and issues of our various stakeholders in real time. So the funny thing is, the university as an institution started using Talk2 as a result of the pandemic because we felt the need to really get closer to our customers, and because we were no longer afforded that in-person connection, we had to find ways to get closer to them despite the limitations. So Talk2 was really the best way to do that. The main benefits we are getting from this platform is our ability to solve problems in real time, which has increased customer satisfaction. So we're talking to students, parents, guardians, fellow faculty, etc., and even people within the university community. The best thing about it is there's hardly any waiting time. It's eliminated compared to email exchanges. We also think that employee productivity has increased because of this, as issues are not dragged throughout the entire day, but instead are closed as soon as the customer leaves the chat, which can be anywhere between 30 seconds to 3 minutes on average. And in a way, we've also been forced to deal with and resolve issues right here, right now. There is not one specific anecdote that I can share or that we can share, but in general, it has been really a pleasant experience for us, even when we get customers who are quite upset about certain concerns they have. Why? Because it has allowed us to really know what their sentiments are and to get really closer to them. So it's been an avenue for relationship building in a way that we become acquainted even with with repeat visitors. You're able to anticipate their needs even before they ask. So they've also tended to look for the same agents. So we've also seen how this platform has been a tool to build relationships. And some of the customers are so happy that they're not talking to a robot, but to a real person. And this is truly a feature of the UANP website that we're happy with. I highly recommend that you use tawk.to, especially for those businesses who want to get to know their customers, what their needs are, anticipate what those needs are, and even get ahead of it. It's a way to really know them, and by knowing them, we're able to um, address their needs and know what they want and give them what they want, and really be so closely attuned to them that the business or your brand just continues to grow. My name is Beng.
Oops. If you want to be an anomaly, then you best start acting like one. So we've been able to maintain the biggest market share in the live chat software space since we started. We receive about 4,000 signups per day, and over 8 million customers interact with the Talk to widget monthly. We've been able to do this by defying the standards set before us. The things they said that should be done a certain way, well, we've been approaching them very differently. Robert, our founder, would have loved to share his 2 cents about this, but unfortunately, our schedules didn't align. Instead, I'll do my best to share his insights and lessons as best as I can. So, we decided to have a different pricing model when we realized that chat software wasn't what customers actually wanted, which I know is weird coming from the world's most widely used chat software. But instead, we found that customers wanted more sales, more leads, and the headache of customer support handled for them. It was at that point we realized that we never wanted to charge for something that customers didn't actually want. So let's take a look at the traditional pricing model of software companies versus TalkTo's pricing model. And this involves a little bit of math. So let's say for a traditional SaaS company, it's subscription driven. So they will sell you a software, let's say for $40 a seat per month. So they sell you the subscription and compete with other SaaS companies on features. And the more often they communicate with you and provide support, the lower their margins. So if they manage to sell you one seat and keep you subscribed for 12 months, the lifetime value of a customer or LVC is $480 a year. So they can't afford to spend too much time with you over a 12-month period. Otherwise, their model will be unprofitable. After you get that software, you then need to staff the chat, which, if you intend to run 24 by 7, you pay $15 an hour for a decent chat agent, and it's going to cost you $131,000 per year just to have one agent available. On the other hand, Talk2 is a value-driven model where we give you our software away for free, and as a result, we've obtained mass adoption. And should you decide to subscribe to our hired agent service, we will then train an agent for you to represent your business, and it'll cost you $1 per hour. But again, there is no pressure for you to get an agent. You still get to use the whole platform, entire platform, completely for free. So, at the end of the day, would you rather spend $8,736 a year or $131,400 a year? And would you want to deal with a software provider that loses money if they speak to you too often? Or would you want to deal with Talk2, where delivering world-class customer support is at the core of our business? Talk2 is the world's #1 most widely used live chat software, and where we differentiate is not just with the price. Our commitment, it's also with our commitment to getting as close as possible to our customers. Everyone else seems to be looking up and trying to sell deep into enterprise. On the other hand, we are focused on the other end, empowering entrepreneurs to compete with anyone at any size, so as long as they are committed to being where their customers are. Another thing to know about Talk2 is that we've been bootstrapped ever since. This isn't very common when you're in the software and SaaS space. We have more offers and term sheets than we know what to do with. But we decided from the outset that being bootstrapped was going to be part of our DNA. As many have said before, well funded companies optimize their time and their efforts on how to spend money. Bootstrappers optimize on how to make it. The only funding you need and the only true cure all in business is sales. Focus on sales as you seed capital. Sell, sell, sell. So when you decide you want to raise a Series A, ask yourself, how many sales would you need to raise the same amount and build a business that does just that? At a certain point, you'll realize that you only have so much time in the day and you need to choose where you focus your energy. Is it on product? Is it on raising capital? Or is it on sales? For us, we realized that we would prefer to focus our time building and selling versus racing. Raising capital doesn't mean you have a good business or that you are solving any real problems. The only validation you need is happy, repeat customers. Another thing that's very interesting about us is that Talk2 was built to be remote first and globally distributed from day one. And remember, our day one was 2013. We have a lot of interesting stories of how we found and hired talent. Here's Andis, our lead DevOps engineer at Talk2, to share his story.
My name is Andis. I'm a lead DevOps engineer at Tawk.to. I started as an L1 chat agent in March 2017 and was actually one of the first of the chat agents to join Tawk.to. So it's kind of a funny story. I was working a part-time job in a 7-Eleven store while studying programming. One of my friends one day asked me to cover for him as he had some kind of school emergency or other. And while I was working the counter, Robert, the CEO, of Shankar, the CTO, and Martinj, the lead backend, walked in to buy some stuff. And we started a conversation. We hit it off. And Robert, hearing that I was studying programming at the time and had decent English, like he offered me a job. I started after that a couple weeks as a chat agent. Then I started my internship as a software developer. And in a few years, I moved to my current role, which is a DevOps engineer. Well, something that has resonated with me like for all these years and for which I greatly respect both Robert and Shankar is their principle of hiring people that are a good culture fit. In other words, excuse my language, not assholes. If I'm not mistaken, Robert's motto is it's easier to teach great people skills than to teach skilled people to be great.
There are so many stories. There are so many stories like this at Talk2, and all you need is to have ambition and willingness to work hard, help others, and keep growing, and you can thrive in a place like this. We mainly hire for personality and we train for talent. When I joined, they shared with me the same thing. Ultimately, they care little about where you have been and want to know where you want to go. And that's really that's what interests them. We started as a customer to the biggest competitors at the time in the live chat space. And we got to see firsthand what they were doing wrong. In the words of our founder, I think the real benefit of entering late is being able to take a helicopter view of the market and determine both what is and isn't working. So for all aspiring entrepreneurs and founders out there who want to build something but are hesitant to do so because you may already have a bigger player in the space or for whatever reason, here's what we can advise you. First, focus on growing the size of the pie and not the size of your slice. Second, do the unscalable and compete through killer customer service and relationships, especially in the beginning. People will choose you if they like you and if they know that they can rely on you. Don't underestimate customer service as a major differentiating factor. And lastly, don't underestimate the power of lunch. Break bread with the people you want to do business with. People ultimately buy from people. And more importantly, they buy from people that they like and that they trust. Entrepreneurship can be a very lonely place, but only if you choose it to be. I have never ever seen our founder turn down an invitation for a chat with a new founder that wants to chat. So much can be learned over lunch. So don't hesitate to reach out to companies like us that have been where you are going. We're both happy and proud to share our war stories. Thank you so much, and please don't forget to drop by our virtual booth here at Philippine Startup Week and join our job fair.
With so much going on in the world today, who's got time to call, who's got time to waste? Nowadays everybody's one message away. It's so much easier with so many new channels of communication. You need the right tools and one application, a way to kickstart the conversation with your customers. Cause you gotta be there to show them you care when they need you the most. Oh, you just gotta talk to them. You just gotta talk to them now. You just gotta talk to them. Hey, talk to them now. Talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them now.